Rule 9-1A, the wind-up position. There are three basic wind-up positions. First of all, pitcher starting with the hands together. Okay, and the pitcher could disengage, or he could pitch, or he could pick off from that. The second one, hands apart, and bring the hands up together. Now the pitcher has to continue his motion. He cannot disengage from the rubber. The third one, and new for 92, is a pro interpretation of the hands apart, the ball in the glove, or the ball could be in the hand, and the pitcher only moving his hand up to the glove to get set. From here, he can disengage the rubber, he could pitch, or he could pick off. From this position, the pitcher can bring his hand up and make a pickoff play at any base, as long as he doesn't sway the body moving. I'm going to show you a legal move first. Run on third base or bases loaded. Pitcher brings his hand up, clears the rubber, and throws for a pickoff play. That is legal because I only moved the hand, I didn't sway the body. This next action would be illegal. The pitcher starts his motion with his body as well as the arm and then disengages, which is a balk. That's a balk. Now, when a pitcher's in this position, once he starts his motion, he must be continuous and make the pitch. Okay, the pitcher cannot come to a stop if he starts with his body motion like this. That would be a balk. He started his motion, came to a stop. Also, if a pitcher starts with his hands together, he cannot break his hands. That is also a balk. When a pitcher's in a wind-up position, he cannot move to a set position. That would be a balk. From this position, the pitcher can come to a stop in front of his face, step directly, and throw to first base. Of course, we're talking about the bases being loaded in this situation. I'll demonstrate a legal move. Bases loaded with the first baseman holding the runner on. The pitcher does not have to step back. He just has to step directly to first base and throw. Now, a left-hander could do the same thing to third base. Come to a stop here, doesn't use any body motion, just kick up, step directly to third, and throw to third. From this wind-up position, the pitcher again can come into his glove with only hand movement and go back to second base without disengaging from the rubber. So he just steps directly to second and throws. If he starts a motion with his body, that'd be a balk, because he started his hands before the throw. But it is not necessary to clear the rubber first. Most pitchers will clear the rubber. Most pitchers will do this on the move to second. Move the pivot foot first and then throw, but it's not necessary. If a pitcher keeps his back heel up in a wind-up position and goes to make a pickoff play at a base, say the bases are loaded, if he drops his heel first and then steps back, that's going to be a balk because he moved his non-pivot foot before he moved his pivot foot. This would be legal. Okay, he didn't drop the heel. This is a balk. This is illegal, deceiving the runner. Rule 9-1B, the set position. No longer does a pitcher have to come to a stop below the chin. He can stop anywhere, but there can be no double stop. I'm going to demonstrate now a legal position. So the pitcher can stop above his chin, or he can come down, throw. Okay, now you have to be careful, umpires, that the pitcher does not double stop. Don't let him come to a stop here and then here. Has to be a continuous motion once he breaks his hands. There are two things you umpires want to look for. One, make the pitcher come to a stop and not slide his hands through on the brake. And secondly, don't let them deceive the runner by different stopping points. One time he shouldn't stop here, the next time down here. It should be consistent, relatively consistent where he comes to a stop. It's always up in this area or it's always down in this area. I'll demonstrate the slide through. Rule 9.3b, the 31 play. First and third, legal. On this play, the pitcher steps toward third base and also feints his throw towards third. On this play, the pitcher is not going to feint the throw, but he does step towards third. This is a legal move. On this play, the pitcher makes an illegal move. He steps outside the 45-degree angle towards third. He's stepping too much to home plate, even though he feinted his throw towards third. Here's another illegal 31 move. The pitcher feints his throw towards home plate, not towards third base. This should be a balk. In this segment, it is questionable whether the pitcher's step is within the 45-degree angle, but in any event, his arm motion is illegal because it is directed towards the plate. This should be called a balk. Rule 9.3c, Note 2, the spin move. Note 3, throw, then step. Note 4, flexing both knees or one knee before throwing. Note 5, jump turn. Now we are having some problems with the spin move. I'll demonstrate a legal spin move. It's continuous. Pitcher lifts up, maybe looking at the plate, but he lifts his leg up and is a continuous move back to second. This next move should be called a balk. The pitcher's going to break his back leg, will not be continuous. There's a hesitation in here to deceive the runner. Drops down a little bit. See if I can get one more. And throws. So that little hesitation of the dip of the back leg, making the runner think it's a pitching motion, because it's not continuous, is a balk. Now we're going to show pickoff moves from a right-hand pitcher to first base. Some pitchers use a pivot move, others use a jump step. Either one are legal as long as the free foot, the front foot, gains ground towards first base. I'll demonstrate the pivot move first. Okay. That's a legal move. All the pitcher's doing is lifting his heel, pivoting his back foot, coming up and stepping towards first base. Now here's a jump step, also a legal move. Again, the free foot gained ground towards first base. Here's a jump step, which is an illegal move. It's a balk. I'll go through slow motion first. The pitcher leaves his front foot in place, steps with a pivot foot towards third, and throws. That's a balk. Here's another balk. A spin move where the pitcher is moving this foot here, but all he's doing is keeping his front foot in place and spinning on it. The front foot never gained ground. That move should be balked also. Here's another illegal move to first base by a right-hander. The pitcher doesn't leave the rubber, but he doesn't take his free foot and move it towards first. He's almost moving in place. Pitcher comes set, his free foot, it's just a spin, slight spin, and going over. So he's using his shoulders and body and is not stepping towards first. There's one other one we should show, and that's the up and over move, where the right-hander will feint making a pitch. He'll lift his leg up and come over. Okay, so this action here is a pitching motion, and that should be balked. Here's another pickoff move that some pitchers will use. They'll break the back knee first, feint the runner, and then go up and over. His first move of breaking the leg has to be continuous to first base. You cannot break either leg at the knee, either here or here, without balking. If you show this first and then go over, that's a balk. Now, the leg will break in a normal motion, but it's continuous. It's not an early break and a hesitation. This would be a balk. Okay? Broke the back knee first.